Imagine this: you have an important assignment due tomorrow. You sit down at your desk, open your laptop, and tell yourself, okay, I'm finally going to start. But before you even type the first word, you decide to check one notification. That notification turns into Instagram. One reel becomes 20, and then suddenly you look at the clock and somehow 2 hours have disappeared. Now you're stressed. You know you should have started earlier. You promise yourself you'll never do this again. But somehow the exact same thing happens next week. If this sounds familiar, here's the surprising part. You're probably not lazy. Your brain is simply doing what it was designed to do. So why does this happen? Let's find out. Most people believe procrastination is caused by laziness. But psychologists have found that procrastination has much more to do with managing emotions than with a lack of motivation. Whenever your brain sees a task that feels difficult, boring, confusing, or even scary, it treats that task as something to avoid. Not because it can't do it, but because it doesn't want to experience the discomfort that comes with it. Your brain has one simple goal: make you feel good right now. That's why, instead of starting your assignment, it quietly suggests, let's just watch one video first, or maybe we'll definitely start after dinner. It sounds perfectly reasonable, but in reality, your brain is simply trying to escape an uncomfortable feeling. Now let's talk about dopamine. You've probably heard it called the feel-good chemical, but that's only part of the story. Dopamine doesn't just make you feel happy, it motivates you to seek rewards. Every time you scroll through social media, watch a funny video, receive a notification, or win a game, your brain gets a small reward. These rewards happen almost instantly. Your assignment, on the other hand, might not reward you until hours, days, or even weeks later. So your brain compares the two options. One gives you pleasure immediately, while the other demands effort before any reward appears. It's no surprise which option your brain naturally prefers. There's another powerful reason we procrastinate: fear. Sometimes we don't delay because we're lazy. We delay because we're afraid. Afraid of failing, afraid of making mistakes, afraid that our work won't be good enough. This is one reason perfectionists often struggle with procrastination. They spend so much time worrying about creating something perfect that they never begin at all. Ironically, trying to make everything perfect often results in rushing everything at the very last minute. The more we procrastinate, the worse it becomes. We start feeling guilty for putting things off. That guilt creates stress. The stress makes the task feel even bigger and more intimidating. So instead of starting, we avoid it again. This creates a vicious cycle. Avoid the task, feel stressed, feel guilty, then avoid it even more. The longer this cycle continues, the harder it becomes to break. So how do you beat procrastination? The answer isn't waiting until you finally feel motivated. In fact, motivation usually comes after you start, not before. Instead of telling yourself to finish an entire report, tell yourself to write just one sentence. Instead of planning to study for 3 hours, promise yourself you'll study for only 5 minutes. Once you've started, your brain often finds it much easier to keep going. Another helpful trick is to remove distractions before you begin. Put your phone in another room, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and make the productive choice easier than the distracting one. Small changes like these can have a surprisingly big impact. Because once you take that first tiny step, you've already overcome the hardest part. And that's when procrastination begins to lose its power. If you enjoyed learning something new today, consider subscribing to Sketchheads for more videos that explore the hidden science behind everyday life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.